Hey guys, this is going to be a very big video. Me and Grant did our Trackmaster collections. Don't even think I'm going to try and get it when it's quiet. It's not going to be quiet today. But those videos, you guys really liked them. So far, I'm making this while the Grant one just released. And you guys are starting. It doesn't have as much views as mine, but I'm expecting it will. And yeah, you guys really like that video. And I thought I'd show off. My favorite stuff was not Trackmaster. It wasn't Grant's either. And I'll probably make Grant have a video come out next week or a week after for his favorite of the Thomas brands. But mine is Take and Play. I grew up with that, not Take Along. I'm just including them together. So today we're going to look at my Take and Play / Take Along collection. I know it says Take and Play in the title because that's what the majority are. So we'll just start with Thomas, which is on screen. Perfect. So our first one is I have one Take Along Thomas, and he is very nice. Got it in an entertainment when people were just selling their collection. The July 31st party. And one variant, which is this guy, which I've had forever. He doesn't work, but it was probably like one of my favorite Thomases. And he is awesome. I'll always cherish him for that. But now let's move on to the big ones, the Take and Play Thomases. Okay, so I have 4 Thomases of this style. So first you can tell this one doesn't have a shiny thing. And he lived in Play-Doh land. But here's these other ones that I have. I'm happy that I have one that's in decent condition. You know, and these two, till I've been whacked around. These were my favorites, so they're all pretty beat up. Even some of the newer ones. But we have more to show off, so let's check out his variants. First up, we got this fireworks one. I think these two should be together. So we did review the Knapford Station Christmas one, which came with this guy. And then we have a snowy one, which has also been living in the Play-Doh. So, yeah, there's those 2 holidays. And I think that's all our variants we have. Okay, I found my last variant. And surprisingly, I remember who gave this to me. My friend McKenna. Surprising I remembered that. Anyways, couldn't tell you anything about the other ones, but apparently I remember this one and it had a car. So, if I'm right, tell me in the comments below. Anyways, let's move on to the other version. Oh, never mind, more variants. Can you see the variant of this guy? Here, let me bring it up closely. Gold Dust. It's the Gold Dust one. It even has... What is that? Why don't you just go that way, Thomas? Let's move on. Now we have this Thomas, which I've always loved the face on this guy. I don't know why, but I always did. And it has a pullback feature. Which is always really cool. And over here we got Sir Topham hat and this orange caboose phone, if you could not. You're gonna need to go into Do Not Disturb. Anyways, so yeah, that one's really nice. Then I have this cool mud Thomas. I had another one, which would change on the side to mud if it touched water. I might have it, but I guarantee I don't anymore. But I did, and I also had this one too, and he's really nice. The second variation of the ones with these magnets, and here he is. He has that face. This one is really, really beat up, and I have one variant, which is the castle version, which I got at a train fair. I got it because I have one of these in Florida, and I always liked that guy. speaking of, whenever I go to Florida again, I'm making videos of all my collection there, so, I think I might go during Christmas, so stay tuned for that video. And now we have to move on to the wooden railway magnets. What an awful change. What an awful change. Here's this guy. He has the same face as these guys. I'm gonna pull one up here. They scrunched up the cab, gave this the stupid wooden railway magnet. Like they fit on the wooden railway track. Yeah, but we do have variants for this guy. I did have streamlining Thomas. I figured that out of an old video file I found. But I also had this guy, this racing Thomas. Then this Thomas is pretty cool. When you click the top of his cab, he gets steam, which is a very nice touch. I remember buying these at Kroger. Thomas, Percy, and I think it was Rosey. We'll find out later in the video. But they had this button, which would do the light. This one would light up the engine, while this lined up like a flashlight. I actually did use these as flashlights. And apparently they did make them in Adventures, but changed. Now we have one more, which is very important to me. Jungle Thomas. And you might not care about this. I would understand. But this guy also got a playset. Didn't come with the engine, but it had a playset, and then you could buy an exclusive Thomas for it. Or you could just deal with this. So, I don't know why I have two of these. But anyways, I bought one of these Thomases. And, the playset, and I probably like a James or something. And I gave it to one of my friends named Grayson. I don't think it's important, but he had special needs. And all the other kids tried to, I swear, they were all ganging up on me because I was friends with him. And they thought they'd get, like, special privileges for being friends with him. But none of them liked Thomas. I'm the only one that liked what he liked. So, they had a problem with me. But anyways, I got him this, and he loved it. So yeah, this guy is important to me. And I have one in the box. So we can check out the original, the Steam team. The true ones. Got a little Gordon up there. And, yep. My only take and play in the box. We do have some take-alongs coming up. But, just, thanks entertainment. It's just so beautiful looking at that old style packaging. Here is my only Edward. It is a talking one. Believe it does work. No batteries in it. No one has button batteries anymore. For once, the signature I didn't do, and it was put in a nice spot. Thanks whoever did that. The tender is not all scrunched up. It's nice and long, which is awesome. And even have a nice, again, so much better than what we got today. Push-alongs. And now we have all engines go push-alongs. Just awful. Let's head into Henry. Henry. Oh, Henry. This is a take-along Henry. And it is super beat up. And it doesn't work, but it is amazing. And it is amazing. I love the model. It will never be convinced that it isn't a good. I don't know. This Henry's just, I've always had it. It's just always been there. And I do have another Henry. The wooden railway coupling Henry. And you can already see how different it is. Look at that. Anyways, that tender is, you can just see the starting. But it is so much better than push along. But, yep. There's the Henry. Let's go to Gordon. Only Gordon? Talking Gordon. Here he is. I could not tell you if it's take along or take and play. You guys will know. But here it is. Very nice. Also, stupid me in the past. Also, guys, if I'm wrong, if it's take and play or take on, please correct me. Because I'm probably wrong about some of these, and it'd be really nice to know, so I know what my engines are. Anyways, I do have a little bit of James, so let's go to him. Why'd I say that line? Of course, everyone has lots of James. James, Thomas, and Percy. Everyone just has the most of that for some reason. But anyways, here is James. It has nice initials. I really like this James. It's appearing really weird orange. Trust me, it's full red. I don't know why it's appearing like that. It looks kind of cool. And I have a variant. Here he is, the Ulfstead Castle one. And I bought this as a lot thing. And they also had, they were selling like 5 James tenders. None of them had any detail. So I just bought this one right here to go with him. And it doesn't exactly match. I wished I had a, well, if he had a banner tender, that would be nice. If that exists. And they're both talking, by the way. But he's nice. And yeah, I looked it up. There's none of that comes up. And I have one more. The pull back James. So he pulls back. And watch him go. Listen to that amazing noise. Yep. So, yeah, he's appearing a little bit better than that. Anyways, Percy's next. First up is my talking take-along Percy, which actually does work. Well, it doesn't make the right sound. It makes like it's trying, like it's dying and wants to be killed, put out of its misery, but it's still my only take-along Percy. Hashtag jealous of Grants. I guess mine is talking, so I guess I have that. I don't know where it got off to, but I do have one variant, and I'll probably find it. But anyways, here is the one normal one of this version that I have. And I love this Percy. Again, that is a Percy face. This is just Percy. That is Percy. Look at that. Found it. Here's my gold dust version. It doesn't have some weird thing like the Thomas one. So yeah. Very nice Percy. Here is an amazing iconic scene, if you know this, when the Windsor Topham Hatt stuff fell all over Percy and the jam. And I have a take and play version. Just beautiful. Here is Pull Back Percy with a beautiful mail car. It's my only mail car that looks like the mail car in the show. And it is just beautiful. But I really love the mail car. But Percy's face also looks very nice. And I really like this Percy, if you haven't figured that out. Here is a talking, determined Percy, which I used a lot in those take and play shorts that I made, and he is awesome. And I did get him in my yard sale video, so go check that out. Link in the description. I only have one of this variation of the new face with the old magnets, and it's super beat up, but it is still beautiful. Sorry about that. Hopefully that is dealt with. Now here's the crappy wooden railway coupling ones. I have 2, so here's the first guy. And these are awful, but I see what they were going for. But they failed. Still better than Push Along. And Adventures, I could see that was going in the right direction. But, Here's my one variant, which is this glow-in-the-dark one. By the way, I figured out, yes, they do have Adventures versions of these, where you can just, hold it, shine the light, and it's got this back too, and very nice. I guess since I don't have Toby, we move on to Emily. Here is my take-along Emily, which is in the box. So here is her character card, and there she is. And And I'll leave her because for the take and plays, there's something. See, look at the tender difference. Like, what? Anyways, take and play Emily, which has brown on the side. And I swear to God, I have another tender. I have one. I don't know where it is. I looked and looked and looked. I could not find it. It's there. I know it. It's probably in the open. If I see it, I'll tell you. If I don't by the time this video ends, I don't. But like, I swear I have one. Anyways, this Emily, she has a nice open cab. And here's the tender, which looks very nice. I like both of these. They're very nice models. But I wished I did have a take along open because it looks better. Here is Oliver, next in line. Yes, we just did 12 and then 11. Deal with it. So here's Oliver. Oliver. He has this style of coupling, the wooden railway crab, but it's my only Oliver, and I think he looks very nice. Guys, apparently I had a Rocky at one point because I have 2 of these cars, but no Rocky. Yes, I know he doesn't count as a train, but I was kind of just annoyed. I'll include him in the cars one whenever we do that. Don't worry. Devious Diesel. The most devious of the diesels in take-along form. So here he is, looking devious. Can't say he does that anymore. Nope. But you know, this one is still really good. Here is Take and Play. Now, he's still got his devious face. You know, nothing like Take Along, but it's still devious. So it still goes. Misty Island Rescue Diesel with the Joby logs. It's such an awful movie, but this is such a nice diesel. And this is my only diesel for the longest time. So I still really like it. You know, but just a bad movie that it comes from. Now we are into wooden railway couplings, and we have the worst happy face diesel. It's just like all engines go. And you know, no one likes that. But yeah, no one likes that. Just get it off the screen. Salty, haha. Here is Salty. Take along, I believe. And he is nice. I don't really got much to say on Salty. It's Salty. What do you got to say? Here is Take and Play Mavis. I know we're doing a lot of diesels. We'll do a steam engine next. But Take and Play Mavis. Not gonna say anything. Instead, go watch the Take and Play Mavis video. I only have a Bill Trackmaster. I only have a Ben Take and Play. And it's the bad one with the wooden railway coupling, which sucks. But anyways, here he is. Ben without his China Clayworks twin. There's Spencer's tender. That's it. No Spencer. Here's Harvey, which I also got on July 31st, 2021 that Thomas made up. He's got a little spinny thing. Nice wheels. Doesn't have the magnet, but it was $1, so I don't care. And I'm happy to have the Take and Play Harvey. Grant really hates this model and says his face is creepy, but I think that is a perfect classic Harvey. Here is Murdoch, and he is really beat up, and for the longest time I only had his tender. But we have Murdoch now, and he's beautiful. I only have Iron Airy. I don't have Bert. It sucks, but here is Iron Airy. I want Bert so bad, but I guess Airy will have to do, and we'll get you a twin eventually. Diesel 10. Pinchy, which looks awesome and can spin 360 and dance up. Can dance. Can do all of that and has a nice little resting spot. And this Diesel 10 Take and Play is very nice. The talking one has a button on Pinchy, and other that it's got the speaker, and it has red here instead of what over here, which kind of has red, but like kind of like painted over. This one's just not. So, yeah. And then our last one that had a model, I wouldn't count him as a model guy though. Stanley. Oh, Stanley. Here's Stanley, the generic background character from The Great Discovery. Everyone's favorite. The first CGI character, and I have his tender. I have a patchwork version in the storage bins in the basement. Don't even think I'm looking down there. Nope, not happening. Here we have Take and Play Flynn, which is huge. Huge. Like, why make him so big? His ladder can spin around 360. He's got this useless thing. And yeah, unlike Trackmasters, this thing is huge. Now it's just small. But yeah, there's Flynn, but fire engine. I don't have Den, but I have Dart. And here he is. He's very small. And but he's still nice. I don't like Charlie, but here's Charlie. I don't like Charlie. Stupid Charlie. No one likes you. Die. I got Scruff, but no whiff. Sad but true. And here's Scruff. I have a Trackmaster whiff and no Scruff, so I guess they can match. Here is Paxton, which everyone likes Paxton. He's cool. And Paxton is nice. So is Sydney. Sorry, cousin named Sydney. Sydney, he's very nice, and I like him too. Also, Norman's cool. Not as cool as the other ones, but, Norman's still Norman. Chill. Bash, Dash, Ferdinand, Oddlog, and Locos. First up, Bash. He's got a bunch of Play-Doh in him. Definitely used. Dash doesn't, for some reason. But I feel like I had Bash at my grandparents, and he lived it with me, so can see which one's got more use. Here's Ferdinand. Also, I should point out, I hate Misty Island Rescue, but I just love the song. It's so catchy. Isn't it, guys? Like, you gotta admit. Bash, Dash, Ferdinand, Oddlog, and Locos. Patchwork's Hero, and I could never find an actual one. And I didn't mean Patchwork's Hero, I meant Patchwork Steven. But I could never find a normal one. So, I painted it. Beautiful, isn't it? Got the rocket there. Yep, I know. Truly an artist. Sad we have to end with Philip. But, with the wooden railway couplings. But here's Philip, and he is the one we're ending it on for the standard gauge. Now we gotta move on to the Scarlet Railway. And his friends. Other ones like Millie. I found more. Here's another Thomas. And he looks really, really good compared to all those other ones. Besides that bent in the coupling. And I found all my Rosies. So here is this one, talking one. Never worked. But it never did. But I still really like Rosey. Hashtag pink Rosie's better. Red still looked really good, and lots of people give it a lot of credit. Here's my other one with the wooden railway couplings, and it's the flashlight one I was telling you about. Glows pink here. This one shines a flashlight. And we have a bunch of inbox stuff to do. And the narrow gauge got a while. Never mind, the rest of them are road vehicles, so we can only do one of them. Hashtag I'll make a road vehicle video. Anyways, here's Take Along. Fergus. And I really want a Fergus out of the box. So I'm going to try and get that. But I do have one in the box. So that's cool. Here is Take and Play Scarlet. Not much to say. We did a video on him, so Well, it's not out yet, but we will, so I'm not going to spoil much. You can watch that video when it comes out. Here is yellow Rheneas. I don't have red, but the yellow one looks nice too, and I like him. Here is Sir Handle number 3. And I also like how they tried to make them smaller than the others, which is really nice touch. So, yep, really like Sir Handle. Next up, we have Peter Sam, which is very nice. I remember this was so Grant's, and I feel like I just accidentally took it one day. Don't tell him, but, yep, Peter Sam. I feel like this is like the classic one, not the new CGI, based on the face, you know? Unlike Rusty, which is so CGI. But anyways, here is Rusty. Again, I just gotta point out, they're smaller than normal Thomas. Those are like narrow gauge. Really cool. Not that much, but they tried. And, you know, that's what counts. I have this Duke here with a tender, which is really, really cool. But he will stand nothing, because he doesn't have the emotional value of my original Duke with no tender. But they're both great. But this one was like $5 and it came with a tender. He may be for display purposes, but in a fire, this one would be saved. I mean, like if I only had time and I could only pick like one or something, this one. Easily. Fearless Freddy. Here he is, the number 7. And he looks very nice. Not much to say on Freddy. Besides, he doesn't really go with what I said about the narrow gauge being smaller. Luke, funnelless. And here he is. He was part of the Play-Doh gang. And he looks nice. 22. Man, what an awful number. Imagine your number being polluted thanks to Rebecca. But he's still nice. And what? He's got a lot of damage, that face, though. But he will live a happy life from now on. And he's got proof he was loved. Most of mine don't have that. I only have Victor normal in the wooden railway couplings. Ugh, disgusting, I know. But he's still Victor. But no, just not the same with those crappy wooden railway couplings. Here is his yellow paint job I have in the original couplings. And they did change the face. Look at that, wow. Anyways, this one looks beautiful. This is a beautiful Victor. Here, we'll check out the other one too. This one has markings, but it's still just a beautiful. They're both very beautiful. And I have him being painted red. We'll have everything besides a red one. But this one also is very nice. I really like the red. And this was a great model to make. Just notice this one has a G. Here's Millie. And I think Millie is a really cool character. Goes with Steven. And she is narrow gauge. And she's really nice. I really like it. Also, I like how, I just noticed all the narrow gauge have the smaller wheels to like prove they're like narrow gauge. That's cute. Anyways, there's Millie. And then we have one of the Arsdale Railway engines. Mike. And his tender is literally as big as him. Anyways, it's the crappy wooden railway couplings, but still, having Mike is like... I looked up Bert because I wanted to get a Bert and Mike, and man, these things are expensive. So, you know, happy to at least have one. And it's Mike. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I got some picking up to do, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.